Hi, so in this video we're going to be finding the slope of a line. As you know, the slope of a line is the inclination of the line is the change of y over the change of x, right? So my formula to find the slope is y1 over x squared minus x1. So I'm actually finding that difference between x and y, between those points that I know. Right, so first of all, I'm going to start by identifying that point. So this point is 1, 2, 3, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, positive 3. This one is negative is 1, 1, 2, and 3, negative 3. So I'm going to substitute. I'm going to identify this as point 1 and this as point 2. So the slope is negative 3 minus 3 divided by 1 minus negative 3. So this is negative 6 divided by positive 4. So this is the same as 3/2. Now the next one, I already have the point. So again, I'm going to define this one as x1, y1, x2, y2. So the formula again is the difference in y over the difference in x. This is m equals negative 13 minus negative 14 divided by negative 4 minus negative 7. So 1/3. Let's see, when I have the slope-intercept form, why this form is called the slope-intercept form? Why? Because I already have the form y equals mx plus b. I can identify my slope and I can identify the intercept, the y-intercept. So this is the slope and b is the y-intercept, where the graph of that line is going to intersect the y-axis. So in this case, my slope, m is negative 4, and b is my y-intercept is 3. Right? If we want to write it as a point, is 0, 3. Right? X, Y. So remember that any point on that line on the x and the y-axis has a coordinate of x of 0. So this point is around here. Okay. Next one. So again, my slope m, like 4 over 5. My y-intercept is 1. So the point 0, 1. Find the slope to the parallel line, right? When we have parallel lines, as you know, they go on the same direction, right? They're never going to intersect. They're in the same plane, never are going to intersect. So that means that they have the same inclination, so the slope has to be the same. So for my parallel line, so my first one, I'm going to identify my slope here is 1. So the slope of the parallel line is also m equals 1. So the slopes of parallel lines are going to be exactly the same. As you can see again, they go in the same direction, so they're going to have the same inclination. Okay, so again, m is negative 3/2. So the slope of the parallel line is also m equals negative 3/2. Now I want to know the slope of the perpendicular line. So again, perpendicular lines are lines that intersect forming right angles, right? So in this case, the slope of the parallel line, so let's call m1. So the perpendicular line is, let's call it m2. It's going to be the opposite of the reciprocal of the slope, right? So my first step, I'm going to identify m1 is 3. So the perpendicular line, let's call it M2, is going to be the opposite of the reciprocal of that one. So in this case, it's 1/3, and the opposite is negative 1/3. So again, I'm going to define the slope, negative 4/5. So the reciprocal, the opposite reciprocal is 5/4. That's the slope of the perpendicular line. Okay. So now to sketch the graph of the line, okay, I can use this formula right there because I'm going to show you how to graph it by using the slope. But I want to, right? I'm going to solve for y. So I have 5x. So I'm going to subtract 5x on both sides. So 2y equals negative 5x minus 4. And now I'm just going to divide by 2. So y equals negative 5 squared, half x minus 2. So my first step is that I'm going to identify b. So b in this case is negative 2. And the slope is negative 5. So I'm going to start by marking that slope, but that y-intercept right there. Remember that this is the point 0, negative 2. Right? Now I'm going to move up 5 times. So 1, I'm coming beginning here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm moving 2 to the left because it's negative 1 and 2. And I'm going to mark a point. Right? And now I'm just going to trace my graph right there. So I'm just going to trace my line right there. And that's the graph of the line 5x plus 2y equals negative 4. Now the next one, again, I'm going to solve for y. So negative 2y equals negative x, and I'm going to divide by negative 2. So y equals 1/2x. So I'm going to start by making my y-intercept. In this case is 0. I'm going to move 1 up and 2 to the right. So 1 up and 2 to the right. 1 up and 2 to the right. That's my graph. That's my graph. So that's it for this lesson. May the force be with you.